I learned something about learning today, about the process of learning and how resilience kind of ties into it. So normally in a study session, you're trying to learn something, right? And you get your reference, you get whatever you're studying from, and you take it. You do whatever you need to do to try and draw from it, to understand it, to incorporate what you enjoy about it into whatever into your abilities. And then you learn something or you don't, and then you stop. And then whether or not you learn something, if you haven't learned something, you're going to look back on that study session and maybe feel frustrated, feel like oh man, that was a waste of time. Or you have resilience, and you have faith in the fact that what you're doing and what you did that day was right, and it is kind of leading you somewhere. And if it leads you to the wrong place, that's fine, because you can always backtrack a little bit and try again from a different perspective, because now you've learned what not to do, right? And I think it's that not blind confidence, well, in some cases blind confidence, that you doing this thing to try to learn is the right thing to get you to learn. And I say in some cases it's blind confidence because the process of learning can in and of itself be learned, or at least you can have experience. You can be an experienced learner, right? And I had a Q&A session with my instructor, my art instructor today, and he's an example of an experienced learner, someone that's had to learn many different things and had to have resilience learning all those things, right? So that resilience and that process of learning, the process of learning comes more easily, and resilience as well also comes more easily because of the experience in those two areas that he's had. And therefore, when he goes to learn something new, the whole process, the whole journey is more familiar, and therefore he'll have more confidence doing what he's doing, even if the specific act of studying at that moment is incorrect and will lead him down a wrong path. He's still confident in the overall process, the overall journey, right? And that's that in turn makes me more confident in the whole process of learning, right? And it'll make me more resilient when I feel like I've done something wrong, or I feel like the actual journey itself isn't, something in the journey shouldn't be happening. It's a reassurance that what I'm doing is correct, and it will lead me down a correct path in the long term, that is. A similar mindset can be applied to training. You see people like Bald Omni Man talk about this kind of thing, about resilience when it comes to training, and just having faith in your program, and not program hopping, and not giving up too early before you've had a chance to see any real results. And most people, the vast majority of people, quit long before they ever had a chance to see any kind of results and to kind of see the fruits of any of their labour, right? In training, that's especially true. In art, it's true as well. The amount of people that just get frustrated and just give up on studying when they see they've not learned anything over period of 1 or 2 study sessions, or maybe even more. Maybe months can go by without improving. But what's going on behind the scenes? Your mind's telling you this is pointless, but what's going on behind the scenes is your subconscious is learning what not to do. Even if it's not learning what to do, you're learning what not to do, and that is still cognizable, concrete improvement, right? So there's almost no difference between that and having learned something, because either way you'll have learned something, right? As long as you do something, as long as you take that action, you're going to get a positive result. There's not really any way to fail. There is a way to fail, but you have to kind of, as my instructor said, you have to really try to do that. I'm not sure why anyone would. It just doesn't seem very logical that that would ever be the case. And on top of that, the journey of learning, the actual journey is the destination. The act of learning is in and of itself a beautiful thing, something that is in and of itself something that we should be striving to do. It's almost like being able to learn, and the act of learning is far more important than whatever destination we're trying to reach. Like, say if I learn, enough about fucking sci-fi design, to be able to, effectively design robots, right? Great. Now I can do that. It'll feel nice, for a while, but it'll very quickly be replaced by a want to learn something else, right? That desire is never going to go away, and the only way to, and it's not, that thirst isn't quenched by achievement. It's quenched by all that builds up to that achievement, right? And the achievement is simply a symptom that you're doing something right, that the journey you're on is a fulfilling one, right? That's all it is. The achievement in and of itself isn't something to strive for. The everyday learning experience, that beautiful act of increasing your knowledge, that is the beautiful part, right? That is the part that we should more often strive for than we do. That's definitely something that, man, I'm just I'm learning to learn, which is a beautiful thing. This robot pencil mentorship is always useful for something. It's always nice to be able to bounce ideas back and forth, and it's always nice to get a perspective from someone that knows how to share their perspective, because at the end of the day, what makes a good teacher if not their ability to share what's in their mind, right? I think that's a very key part of being a good teacher. I'm not sure how good at teaching I would ever be, because my ability to speak my mind in a very digestible way is not the strongest. But again, that's just a skill you can improve upon, I guess. Same thing with anything. That's all for today.